Daily Fail. Brussels must be chortling as these traitors in Ermine betray 17.4 million voters. After the Lords' 14th vote to thwart Brexit, leading Tory MPs say second chamber must be removed. Yes, that was the plan all along. It's time to pull plug on the Lords, I agree, and Parliament. The House of Lords must be reined in to stop it thwarting Brexit, leading Tory MP said yesterday. We need to get rid of them all. Not just the Lords, Parliament, because they're all a bunch of parasites. Speaking of parasites, has she ever looked so happy? Yes, last time she was drinking children's blood after murdering them. Express. Happy and glorious Queen's Day off at her house horse show. She's never done a day's work in her life. How can she have a bleeding day off? Day off from living a life of luxury? Yeah, great. Sir Alex out of intensive care. Brexit wrecker. Lord and his EU handouts. Meddling Duke of Wellington pocketed farming subsidies. And that's why they're trying to keep us in Europe. Because we are paid to plough the food back into the ground. If it's not the perfect shape, instead of it being, for instance, a cucumber, a little bit bent, no, if it's not straight, plough it back in. We produce an absolute abundance of food that is ploughed back into the ground because of Europe and its dictatorship. Speaking of dictators, Her Royal Highness in training, Meghan, aged 8. Parasitical waste of space. The Star. Meghan's baby rush. Haven't they heard we're overpopulated? They must be banned from ever reproducing ever again, and eventually we will be rid of them. Cheating Hulk shamed. Fit as a fiddler. Bodybuilder claimed bad back. Big recalls for BMW. Car giant BMW is recalling 312,000 cars in the UK after an electrical fault caused a death crash. Because we couldn't become too reliant on computers control. Oh yeah, stop now. The Times. Europe hits back at US over threat of sanctions. Relations sink after Trump warns firms of Iran. Students demand sex assault rules. New sex assault rules. And the parasite smiling away because, you know, she's never had to pay for a thing in her life. Biggest parasite benefit abuser on the planet. Rockefeller record. A sale of items belonging to the late banking magnate David Rockefeller broke records by raising $646 million, £476 million, after just 44 of its 1,500 lots. More parasites. Victory for free press. Ministers hailed a great victory for free and fair press after MPs threw out by 304 to 295 an attempt to establish a new Leveson-style inquiry. Oh, this is a victory for free press, is it? We've got no free press, so how's it a victory? Albanian crime links. Albanian gangsters dealing in high-purity cocaine are fueling a rise in violent crime in Britain after ramping up their presence here by 60% in 3 years. New MP is 92. The former Malaysian Prime Minister is back in as Prime Minister at 92. War of the Worlds. The boss of Deutsche Telekom has hit out at Vodafone's $18.4 billion deal to buy a large part of Liberty Global, saying that it will distort competition. The Guardian. Cool rulers. What's driving the ice cream parlour boom? Let me think. Could it be the weather? Life for Generation Rent. We are stuck in endless adolescence. That's because they don't want anyone owning property. U-turn on forcing NHS to hand patients' data to Home Office. Call to halt free tree felling as new rail cult exposed. And fire and anger in Tehran as they burn the American flag. Trump will turn to ashes and become the food of worms. Iran's supreme leader hits back at US. Well, I doubt that, but that's what they say. We're next for peace and prosperity in the Middle East. Eat well to lose weight. Shock. Heavenly bodies and Piers Morgan. No thanks. Freed from the Gulag. Unprecedented goodwill gesture for North Korea before historic peace summit. 3 American men released from hard labour and sent back to the US today. Emotional homecoming as family thanks Trump for dealing with Kim Jong-un. Hamilton star Giles Terrera. Why one hit musical hasn't changed. Oh, piss off. Be kind to your skin. Okay. Secretary who made a fortune copying boss share tips. Mirror. Family joy as Fergie is out of intensive care. Incredible moment, Max gets his new heart. Drama and emotion of transplant lad's operation captured on film. Royal exclusive. Oh baby, Harry and Meghan want child in first year, reveals pals. According to you scumbags, we're overpopulated, so you need to stop having more parasites. The anything but Independent. Putin's show of force. Tanks drive through Red Square for the annual Victory Day parade attended by Russian President. Corbyn under fire as MPs demand new referendum. Brexit row erupts as leader rejects keeping UK in single market. So what they want is a new referendum where you'll vote to stay. That's all it's about. Because what they're doing there is undemocratic. But that shouldn't bother you because the whole of Parliament is undemocratic. Telegraph. Dad dilemmas. How we really cope with teenage daughters. We don't. By royal appointment. Cello prodigy chosen by Harry and Meghan. Well, they can choose anyone they like, can't they? Because we're paying for it. Adult ADHD. I became a higher flyer after my diagnosis. Medics to assess 999 patients by video. Oh dear. Trump warns Iran of nuclear consequences. Williamson warned to stand firm on customs. Football chiefs scrap the World Cup anthem. Royal Mail accused of encouraging junk letter deluge. Yeah, that's damn right. Full of junk. Britain's Edmund triumphs over Djokovic. Metro. Trump will be worm food. Badge Castle couple guilty. Failing cost little girl 7. Swept 50 foot in air. Fergie free, out of intensive care. Recall for Mary's salad dressing. Show good the biggest. Spoiler alert. Twigs reveals surgery scare. Financial Times. Mathare seals comeback in Malaysia vote. Rolls-Royce shake-up spells end for top executive after 19 months. Chief Operating Officer Kirby steps down. East cast out on engineers London HQ.